everyone, thank you for tuning into this channel. So I welcome you to the Threshold of Honors channel, and today I want to talk about something very interesting that I saw in the RCCG manual, Sunday School manual. The topic is managing difficult people, and I thought this is something I need to make a video about because we have so many difficult people in our society, making life difficult for a lot of people. And I pray the Holy Spirit to lead and guide me to say what He wants me to say. I want the Holy Spirit to give me inspired words about this topic. So they did a very good job listing out the types of difficult people, identifying all the various types of difficult people. So I had a chance to take the lesson on Sunday to teach the class the lesson. So I feel okay, it's a good thing to make a video about this because it is something that is affecting our society today. We have so many difficult people in our society, either in our businesses, place of work, marriages, other types of relationships. We have difficult people all around us. So, who are difficult people? I want us to look at this topic. Who are difficult people? So, a difficult person is someone who is snobbish, argumentative, quarrelsome, selfish, insensitive, rude. All those are difficult people. And from the list that was made, whoever prepared this lesson, I just want to say God bless you to that person. And I'm going to talk about this. I've experienced so many difficult people in my life, and I feel that we should talk about this. Yeah. So the first set of difficult people we want to look at. Okay, before I move on, I want us to look at a Bible passage, the book of Genesis, chapter 13, verses 7 to 11. Okay, I'm going to read it. It says, "And there was strife between the herdsmen of Abram's livestock and the herdsmen of Lot's livestock, the Canaanites and the Perizzites that dwelt in the land. So Abram said to Lot, 'Please let there be no strife between you and me, and between your herdsmen and my herdsmen.' Okay, between my herdsmen and your herdsmen, for we are brethren. Is not the whole land before you? Please separate from me. If you take the left, then I will go to the right. Or if you go to the right, then I will go to the left.' And Lot lifted his eyes and saw in all the plain of Jordan that it was well watered everywhere before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, like the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt, as you go towards Zoar. Then Lot chose for himself all the plain of Jordan, and Lot journeyed east, and they separated from each other." So if you want to look at this, Lot was the nephew of Abraham. So there was a dispute between the herdsmen of Lot and the herdsmen of Abraham. So this dispute wasn't really between Abraham and Lot. It's not like Lot was fighting his uncle. No, nothing of such. Abraham loved his nephew so much that he took the more mature approach, and he said, "Let there be no struggle between my herdsmen and your herdsmen." So this problem was not between Abraham and Lot. There was no issue at all. So it was just the workers that had that issue. Because of the love Abraham had for Lot, they had to give Lot the opportunity to make a choice. Let him decide, let him choose. So Abraham took the more mature approach. He was the more mature person. Abraham was a peacekeeper. He wanted peace to reign. So he gave Lot the chance to decide to choose where he would love to go to. It's like having two choices now and saying, okay, there's a place that looks like a beautiful paradise, and then there's another place that looks like the wilderness. So Abraham didn't say, oh, let me just choose to go to the paradise. You, because you're younger than I am, you should listen to me. You should respect me. I'm the more mature person here. I'm the adult here. So wherever I tell you to go, just go. Abraham didn't say something like that. Abraham gave Lot the freedom to make a decision because he just wanted to maintain peace. He wanted peace to reign. So that was why he took the more mature approach. So anyone who is more mature in a relationship is the peacekeeper. Anyone who wants to see peace reign in a relationship is the more mature person. Because this person wants to see peace reign in the relationship. The first set of difficult people we want to look at are the downers. The downers. These are those who don't have anything good to say about something you achieved. They want to water down your success. They want to, say something negative about something great you're excited about. For example, maybe you did well in school, and then, or maybe you had a child who did well in school, and then you're telling your friend, oh, see the result of my child. Look at how well he did in school. And then your friend says, oh, my own child did better than yours. Or it might not likely say that, or might not likely be direct like that, but you notice that she's just trying to bring her own situation. Or maybe you are telling a friend how you got promoted at work, or how you're doing well at work, and then the person starts saying his own or her own as well. Like, oh, even I myself, I got promoted, Even if the person is lying, the person does not care. Just want to bring down whatever you are excited about. Just want to bring you down. So those are the downers. It's like David. He had just accomplished something great and he wanted to glorify God, dance to the Lord, show his appreciation to the Lord through dancing. And then his wife looked at him like, why? Why should the old king almost be naked before his people? Are you not ashamed of yourself? She was trying to just belittle David to make it look as if what he was dancing about was irrelevant. And we know what happened to her as a result of that. God shut her womb. So she might be feeling big and proud because she's the daughter of the former king. She's Saul's daughter. So she was feeling big. She was feeling proud. She was feeling arrogant. Nobody can, who is David? David is just a small boy where I am. So she was just trying to bring David's spirit down. So anyone who tries to bring your spirit down, maybe when you just accomplish something great and you're telling them something nice that happened to you, they just want to water it down. This reminds me of when I was in school back in college. I did well in my academics, so I had I think about 8 A's and 1 B, and I was just laying down on my bed in my room. So I had some of my friends outside. They're not really friends, but they lived in the same dormitory as I was. And I noticed my roommate was approaching. I could hear a voice, and those people were telling her that, see, your roommate, so Rebecca, she did well in her classwork. Oh, in her department, she's the best. She got so many A's and just 1 B. And then I heard her say, how possible is that? That's not possible. I don't believe you. How can she have all that? No. That's not true. These people want to make you feel bad. Even when you're not there to hear them talk, behind your back, maybe somebody else is telling them something about you, they'll want to, criticize you, bring you down. All these are the downers. They are only interested in bringing you down. So these are negative people. So when you find out you have this kind of people around you, you have to be very careful with them. You have to know that these people are not your friends. They just want to bring down your spirit. They don't really care about you. So it's very, very good to steer clear away from such a person who just wants to bring down your spirit. Okay, let's move on to the next so we can see a whole lot of them. Okay, the second one I want to look at is the better tongue. These are the know-it-all. They are the arrogant kind of people who think their opinion is superior to yours. You'll find this kind of people on social media. Maybe you just posted something, something that you feel you know about. You just posted an information, and they'll want to make you feel as if you don't know what you're saying. They come, they criticize what you just said, and even when you agree with them at some point, they still wanna say something more superior than what you agreed with, because these people just don't want to agree with you at all. They are the better tongues. There's no one better than them. They are always the greatest. So we have to be careful of this kind of people. They are difficult people. And when these kind of people are wrong, they kind of act defensive. They act very defensive because they feel like, oh, it's just me. I should always be the one to have the final say. These kind of people are common on social media. 1 Samuel chapter 2 verse 3 says, "Talk no more so very proudly. Let no arrogance come from your mouth. For the Lord is the God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed." So God weighs all our actions. He knows what is in our hearts. So he's telling us not to talk proudly and not to be arrogant. If you're a child of God, maybe you're the type who use your social media to preach the gospel, and you want to tell so many people about a lot of things, talk about God, talk about the things that you know. You have to be sure that you are balanced. Even when somebody is coming against you, you have to let your points be known without trying to usurp authority over those people. Just make your point known. Praise God. Alright, before we move on, I just want to say, if you have not subscribed to this channel, this is a good time to do that. And if you want to hear more about the things I have to say, it's good to subscribe, like, and then share. So also click the notification bell so that anytime I post something, you'd have that gang. Yeah. So the third type of difficult people I want to talk about are the passives. These people have nothing to contribute. Maybe you're in an organization and you're the leader and you're working with a team. You have 2 or 3 persons who are always, giving feedback, telling you, and giving their own ideas, suggestions, and all that. But you just have this one person who doesn't even care. They're just there passive. They just want to exist. They don't want you to bother them. They will tell you they don't like drama, they don't like this, but they're just not motivated to support the group. People who don't want to contribute. In the Bible, Martha had this issue with Mary. Even though the Lord took the side of Mary and was excited about the fact that Mary wanted to listen to the word, but according to Martha's standards, Mary wasn't being supportive because she was doing all the work. She was, busy serving everybody. Now imagine if Martha decided to also be like Mary. Who's going to serve the Lord? Who's going to serve the meals? So some people just want to be passive. They just like to be laid back. They don't want to support the things you're doing. We have those kind of people. Some men are married to those kind of women, and then some women are also married to those kind of men. So we have that issue in marriage as well, where you have one partner always concerned about one project or the other. Maybe they are having a building project, and then the wife is always the one concerned. Oh, we've not roofed the house, we've not done this. The man, it does not care. He just wants the wife to run around and do everything. Passive people, are we going to say they are lazy? I really don't know if it's laziness. I just think they're just being indifferent. They just don't want things to bother them. They just want to be laid back. Those are passive people. And then some people also have this passive aggression. They also bring it to the place of communication where you are having an issue in the marriage, but they just want to give the silent treatment. They don't want to communicate. They are not effective communicators. They don't want to speak their mind to say, oh, this is what I'm thinking of, this is what I'm going through, or this is what I think about you. They don't want to say anything. They just want to be passive. They are very good at giving the silent treatment. They are passive. They are difficult people. These set of people are difficult people. They are difficult to work with. When they're in a relationship with you, even if they are not yet married to you, they are not yet married, you're just in a relationship, they will give you the silent treatment. They will not tell you, Jesus Christ said, let your yes be yes and let your no be no. He said anything beyond this is of the devil. So they are manipulative. They want to use psychology to control the relationship. These kind of people are very difficult people. Nobody should be in a relationship with anyone who doesn't want to communicate, who is just given the silent treatment. You should tell the person to take a hike. Yeah. So especially if you're not yet married to the person, people should be willing to have mature conversation. Because without communication, you can't move anything forward. You just can't. So passive people are very difficult to deal with. If you're married to that kind of a person, you find out that something you ought to achieve within 3 months, you're spending 2 years to achieve it because this person does not want to cooperate. The person is not cooperative. So passive people are very difficult people to deal with. Now let's move on to the next one. The next one is the snipers. The snipers. They are quick attackers. They use rude comments, biting mockery. They insult and cut people off. They don't care what you have to say. When you're interacting with them, they cut you off. Now go and study the book of Nehemiah in the Bible. You see examples of snipers. People who want to mock you, laugh at you. You bring a suggestion, they just cut you off immediately. Maybe somebody is bringing a proposal to the company and the manager has told the, what's the name of this person in the front desk, that I don't want to receive any proposal. I don't want anyone coming close to me. They want to cut everything off. They don't care if what is in that proposal is going to benefit the company or benefit them. They just don't want to hear from anybody. They will just feel that any decision they are making must always come from them. They don't want outside help. These are snipers. So they want to mock you. They want to act like they are. If it's not coming from them, every other thing is useless. They are the snipers. So we need to know how to manage this kind of difficult people. The next one I want us to look at are the blame gamers. They shift blame. This kind of people shift blame. If there's any issue, they won't own up to their responsibility. They want to pass the blame. Oh, if you hadn't done this, we wouldn't have been in this mess now. Blame gamers. They are difficult people. In the Bible, Abraham had just... Okay, Eve gave the fruit to Abraham and they ate. Eve ate hers, Adam ate his own. So when God came calling for Adam, God didn't call for Eve, God was calling for Adam because he's the head, and God passed instruction to Adam. So Adam said, this woman you gave to me has caused me to eat what you said I shouldn't eat. So Adam blamed Eve. Eve blamed the serpent. So there was that chain blaming. They were playing the blame game. God wasn't happy about this. I'm sure if Adam had just owned up and like, oh God, I'm sorry, maybe if he had repented, God would have found the solution to that situation at that time. But they were busy passing the blame from one person to the other. So God placed the curse on them. So the blame gamers are difficult people to work with. Maybe they find themselves in a difficult situation, and instead of owning up and looking for how to fix the problem, they start passing the blames. They start playing the blame game. These are difficult people. Now, the next type of difficult people we want to consider are the yes people. Yes people. Yes people are people who agree to every commitment. Whatever you require of them, they are always saying yes, yes, yes. They won't tell you no. And you know the funny thing about this kind of people, they won't come through for you because you want them to do something, even though in their heart they know they won't be able to do it, but they just tell you yes, just so you stop disturbing them. And then when you need them to deliver that particular thing you requested of them, they are nowhere to be found. This kind of people will tell you they are in, oh, don't worry, I'll bring it today. I'm in Africa, I'll bring it today. Whereas they are in Europe. They are not even close to the borders of Africa. So they don't care. They just want to say yes so that you leave them alone. They are just yes people. They don't know how to say no. These are difficult people to deal with. They rarely deliver. You can't trust them because they won't follow through. Because they are not trustworthy. They don't know how to say their mind. Jesus said, let your yes be yes, let your no be no. So if you're saying yes, ensure that you're gonna go through with it. If you're saying no, you know that, oh, I can't do this. There's no harm in saying no. For example, Jesus Christ gave a parable in the Bible. You find that in the book of Matthew 21, verse 28 to 30. Jesus Christ gave the parable of two sons and their father. You know, the father said to the first son, go and do this thing for me. I need you to do this for me. And that son said, oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. And then the second one said, go do this. And that one said, I will go. You know, but the second one didn't go. But the first one who said, I can't do this, was the one who eventually did it. So Jesus Christ was saying, who is the better son here? The one who said he's not going to do it, but ended up doing it, than the one who says, I will do it, but it's nowhere to be found. So you can't trust yes people because they will always tell you yes. They can't say no, but they will never come through for you. Maybe you want them to work on help you build a website, for example. You need them to help you build a website, and they already have so many projects at hand. Maybe they're already working on 10 other websites, and they know that they won't be able to complete that project at the time you need it. Maybe you need that website built within a week, and they're already working on 10 other websites. They are supposed to say, oh, I'm sorry, I won't be able to do this, and then they have to refer you to someone else or hand it over to someone else. No, they'll tell you, I can do it. But when it's time for them to deliver, they can't deliver because their hands are full of a lot. So they are just yes people. They are people pleasers. They just want to please you by their words, not action. So these are difficult people. Now the next set of people we want to look at are the no people. No people. These people are very antagonistic. They always want to tell you why something is not going to work. You know, once you suggest something, they tell you no. Their answer is always no, no, no. We can't do it. For example, there was famine in the land of Israel, and the prophet Elijah said, by this time tomorrow, there will be so barley will be sold for so shekel of silver. And then there was this servant there who said, even if God were to open the windows of heaven, it's not going to happen. So we know what happened to that man. It happened, but he couldn't live to enjoy it because he's just a no person. No, people will always tell you no. They don't want to see reasons with you. They don't want to discuss it with you or consider anything. They just want to say no. These are no people, and they are difficult people to work with. All right, the next set of difficult people I want us to consider are the dictators. These people are bullies. They love to intimidate people. They are critical, constantly demanding. What's that? Dictators. Their say is always the final say. They don't care about your opinion. I'll put Hitler in this category. All those people who feel they must dictate. They are leaders who dictate. They don't want to yet listen to the opinion of their subordinates. They just want to say, this is it. You must follow it. It's either this way or the highway. I have worked in an organization where my boss was a dictator. I had just left a job. I resigned from a job where I was enjoying the peaceful leadership, where everybody is allowed to air their opinion. I had never worked under a dictator until I met that particular woman. So there was this day I came to her office and I said, "Excuse me, ma'am, I'd like to discuss something with you. It's like a suggestion. This is the difficulty because I'm supposed to be immediately after her. Like, she was just a step above me and I was just like an assistant to her, and we're supposed to rub mind together. It's a school setting, so we're supposed to manage that school together, but she does not want to give me the opportunity to lead. So she wanted me to just follow her around, be under her. She wanted to just turn me to an errand person, go do this, go do that, go do that. She wasn't really willing to listen to what I had to say. So I came to her and I said, okay, I observed something about you and I feel, okay, if we do it this way, if I have this suggestion, I should be able to. She just blurted out, "You want me to kiss your ass? So do you want me to kiss you?" I was shocked because she had actually been stepping on my toes so many times before then. So I had to report her to the one who is above her. Unfortunately, they were friends, so it was more as if I was at the loggerhead with my two bosses, and I had to go outside the organization to discuss the board. I wouldn't call them boards, but it's like a group of company. I sent out my complaints to them. At the end of the day, I had to leave the place because it's very difficult working with people who just want to boss you around, act like dictators. They don't really care about your opinion. And then you were hired to be a manager there. I was hired to be a manager, but I couldn't manage because I was having dictators over me. So these people don't want to get opinions from others. They always want to be the one telling people what to do, leading people around. They lead to dominate. They don't lead with understanding. They just want to dominate people. And there's no way an organization will move forward having people who are like that at the ends of affair. I learned she also left the place the same year I left because people couldn't cope with her. So you see, dictators are difficult people to work with. It's like having a husband who just want to boss his wife around, doesn't want to listen to the wife's opinion. You say, oh, whatever I say, my say is the final say. Some men have put themselves in trouble because they don't listen to their wives. They don't feel their wife is knowledgeable enough to tell them something or to advise them or to give their own opinion because they feel they must act like dictators. There's a situation of this man who was talking to some scammers online, and he didn't know he was being scammed, but he started going to the wife asking for money. The wife was saying, these people are trying to scam you. I don't want you to send that money. Don't send it. They are scamming you. He didn't listen to the woman. He did everything. He said, you don't tell me what to do. I already know what I need to do. I know what I need to do. Let me do what I want to do. So the woman just kept quiet, allowed him to do whatever he wanted to do. He went to the point of even borrowing from his friends, borrowing from his family members. At the end of the day, it finally dawned on him that he was scammed. And the wife said, you see, if you had listened to me, you won't be in this mess today. Some people just want to do what they want to do without confiding in their partner. They don't want to, say, oh, this is what I'm thinking of doing right now. Is this something good we should look at? Some men will just go buy a house without confiding in their partner, without telling their wife, oh, I'm about to get this house in this particular location, because they are living their life like dictators. They feel, oh, let me just buy the house. She's going to follow me there. I'll just tell her we've bought the house, and then we go there together. They manage their homes like dictators. They don't want the opinion of others. A man has to come to the point where you are even willing to listen to the opinion of your children. They should be able to tell you, also suggest, give you ideas. Don't just assume that you're the only one who knows it all. So when you're with people who act like dictators, you will not be able to enjoy a smooth relationship. You'll not be able to enjoy, the benefits of that relationship. Because one person is usurping authority, and there's no free flow. Okay, let's move on to the next. The next type of difficult people want to look at is the grenade person. The grenade person. You know what grenade is? It's like an explosive. Something that can just blow up at any time. So this person, after a brief period of calm, can explode into unconfused ranting and raving about things and have nothing to do with the present circumstances. Things that have nothing to do with the present circumstances. An example of this grenade person is in the book of Matthew 2 verse 16. Let's read it. It said, then Herod, when he saw that he was deceived by the wise men, was exceedingly angry, and he sent forth and put to death all the male children who were in Bethlehem and in all its districts, from 2 years old and under, according to the time which he had determined from the wise men. So this type of persons can just explode in anger without any prior notice. Herod, he had heard that there was a child had just been born, and this child's star is in the sky. The wise men came to him and said, oh, a king has just been born. So he was mad, like, oh, why should there be any other king? I'm the only king. I'm the greatest king. There shouldn't be any other king. Imagine a grown man competing with a baby. You can see the level of madness. Grown man competing with a baby. To the point where he had to send them to go kill kids. The same thing happened in the era of Moses. Pharaoh was being threatened by the people of Israel, saying, oh, they are expanding, they are giving birth to so many kids, so we need to do something about it. He exploded and oh, we need to kill those babies. So these people who are grenade set of people, they can cause damages. They are killers. They can explode in anger to the point where they make irrational decisions. You find some men, maybe they just came out of a relationship, and then the woman comes and breaks the windscreen of their car. We have women who, when they fight with their husband, they start breaking things in the house. They don't care. They don't think about the consequences. They just start destroying the house, damaging things. Or you find the man, because a lady ended the relationship with him, instead of him to move on, the grenade stuff explodes within him. So he goes look for a gun, shoots the lady. Why? Because somebody dumped him, and he was feeling like, oh, why should I be dumped? I'm too important for somebody to walk away from my life. It's either me or no one else. If I can't have her, no one else will. So those kind of people are grenade persons. So we need to be careful of difficult people who are in this category, because they are very deadly. They are very dangerous. People can kill. I've seen so many stories like this on YouTube where beautiful ladies are being killed, destroyed, damaged. Why? Because they dated a grenade person. This person is wicked. This person is deadly. This person has a ticking time bomb inside his body, inside his head, his mind. He has some kind of mental disorder. So grenade persons are difficult people to manage. These people always feel like they are the top. They walk with their shoulder raised high. They feel like they are at the head of everything. No one else should usurp authority over them. No one else is better than them. No one else. It's either my way or no other way. They are willing to take lives just because they are grenade persons. We must learn to shun and walk away from the grenade person. Now, the last type of difficult people I want us to consider are the perfectionists. These are people who are unwilling to settle for anything that is not perfect or does not meet extremely high standards. We have people like this even among men of God. They want to get married to a woman. Instead of praying to the Lord and choosing someone that God has led to them, they want to choose a woman because she's beautiful, because she's fair-skinned, because she's attractive. They want to choose a woman based on their standard, not based on God's standard. They follow fleshly desires. And they just want trophy wife. They just want somebody they can display, that the whole world will say, wow, look at his wife. Oh, he did well. He did well. He has chosen well. Oh, she's very beautiful. This kind of men of God, they focus on the physical. They don't care about the internal. They don't care about the benefit or the spiritual usefulness of that partner to them. So they are willing to walk away from God's standard just to choose their own. They don't care about the greater good. They don't care about God's agenda. They care about their own agenda. They are perfectionists. They want everything about them to be perfect. They don't want to see any pimples on the face of the woman. Everywhere, her skin must be smooth. Her skin must be radiant, All these are perfectionists, and they are usually narcissists. Narcissists are in this category because they want everything to be perfect. You enter into their house, everything is well arranged, perfect. I'm not saying everybody who has a neat environment is a narcissist. I'm not saying everybody who likes to arrange things is a narcissist. No. But if just one pen is not being placed the right way, they are disturbed in their mind, that pen must be placed the right way, or they are not going to be able to concentrate. These people have mental disorder. They want everything about them to be perfect. Now, this particular woman they've married that looks like a trophy wife, behind the scene in the house, they don't even show that woman love. They don't even care about that woman's needs. They treat that woman like a slave. They treat her like they don't care about her. But in the face of the world, they want to be seen and worshipped as someone who married the most beautiful woman existing. These are difficult people. They are perfectionists and they are difficult people. These people have problems. They have mental disorders. We must know how to manage them. Now, this brings us to the end of the discussion about difficult people. The next one, I'm going to make a part 2, and the part 2 is going to be about how to manage difficult people. I really hope you come back and we get to learn about it, expatiate about it. So I just want to appreciate you for watching this video to the end. If you enjoy my channel and you want to continue with me, please subscribe to this channel, and I pray that the Lord is going to increase you in wisdom, bless you in all that you do, and take you from one level to another in Jesus' name. I love you all. Keep living in an atmosphere of honor. God bless you. Bye.